everyone. Welcome back to my Shoebox Adventures. All right, can anyone guess where I'm camping this week? 3 guesses. First 2 don't count. Yeah, Catalina State Park. Never been here before? Let's check it out. Come on. All right, here we go. We're coming up to the entrance to Catalina State Park. Here's the view out the window of my truck. Beautiful scenery. These are the Catalina Mountains. Well, hi, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Wonderful. This is my first time here.
Okay. Well,
what
sorry.
do you...
I mean, welcome.
Fun to look. Yeah, all right, I'm going to talk to this gentleman. I'll be back. What a nice young man. I should have asked his name. Yeah, this is a very popular park. I made this reservation 6 months ago. The weather, it's 93 degrees at 3 in the afternoon. I'm arriving about an hour late, but that's, you know, par for the course. Actually, an hour late for me is early, right? Look at that view. I hope I'm going to have a nice view, I think. This is going to be spectacular. And I'm in 7. This one's got nobody in it, but that's 4. Airstream in 5. Airstream in 6. I better go leave and come back with an Airstream, huh? That'd be nice. And here's number 7. All right, now I'm going to try out my backup camera for the very first time. This will be fun. The camera's fun. There it is. I don't know if you can see anything on that screen with the backlit situation. What a great thing, though. How fun. I finally got a backup camera. This is so hilarious. I don't know, by the time you see this video, well, maybe I'll put this in my backup camera video. There's going to be some kind of an installation and review on this thing. This is my 3rd backup camera. The first 2 I had to return because they just didn't work. Now, let's look here. Back here and see what's going on. Nice. See what I've got here. Look at that. I mean, look at this view. What is that, huh? All right. So, power here. Water here. Power here. Let's take a step over here before I get settled. I'm going to pull forward a little because here is my picnic table. I should have brought some charcoal. Here's what we get. There's no fires, no wood fires allowed here ever. But we can have charcoal. I could have a barbecue going right there. All right, I'm going to reconnoiter here. I'll be back. I'll do some connoitering. I'm sure that word's in the dictionary somewhere. Well, guys, it's dinner time here at Catalina State Park, yeah? And I didn't feel like cooking. And there's wonderful shopping literally less than 2 miles away. So I had my personal chef over at In-N-Out Burger whip me up a double-double. The protein one without the bun. I don't know what's in that bun, but I don't need to eat it. So here you go, guys. I've got a frosty beverage here, and the sun is going down behind the camera. Thank you very much. The sound you hear there, I've got my air conditioning blowing. If you can hear that, I don't know, because I've got, you know, electric and water here. So yeah, it's 84 outside still. It was pretty warm when I got here. Air's been running probably for an hour. It's 72 in the camper. I had to go in and knock the thermostat up a little bit. 72 feels pretty cold when you're used to 91. Anyway, wanted to say hey and let you know that I'm getting some nutrition here. And then I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do. Probably not much. Maybe just watch the sun go down and go to sleep. Been tired a lot lately. Anyway, thanks for coming along with me, guys. This is the first few hours at Catalina State Park. Yeah, there's a lot to see here. I'm gonna take you along with me, show you a lot of stuff. I never really do this, not very often, but this is going to be fun. This is one of the most popular state parks in Arizona. I've never been here before, of course, and we'll take a tour. We'll see what we got here. There's biking, there's hiking, all kinds of stuff. And it's full, completely booked, of course. Booked this 6 months ago, by the way. You have to book it way out in advance. So if I don't talk to you anymore tonight, I'm going to enjoy this. Sometimes after a meal, I get really sleepy. But we'll have coffee together. Sound like a plan? All right. I'll see you then. Well, good morning, everyone. Yeah, had a wonderful night's sleep last night in the old tab in my shoebox, and I thought we'd jump on the bike and take a little ride around, give you a look at what this place looks like as far as accommodations. Now, a whole lot of people got up this morning and left. This is a sold-out place, so all these spaces that you see as we ride by that are empty are going to be full later on. But let me show you my setup before we get going. Haven't done that yet. Of course, my shoebox, tab 320, wonderful little camper. We're kind of set up. I put these underneath the truck. A lot of people are doing that to maybe keep the mice away. Whether it works or not, that's, we'll find out. I've got my backup camera, my AutoVox backup camera. We were playing with that. It works wonderfully. I like that. And of course, we've got the Starlink up. We need that. I'm here paying premium prices, so I've got full electric here. Starlink is now electric off the wall. I've got my water with my filter, so I've got full hookups here. Well, we don't have sewer, but they do have a dump station, so we'll take advantage of that on the way out. I've got my bug light charging on solar. Not really a whole lot more to talk about. I haven't set up any cooking stuff. I had breakfast I cooked in the camper this morning. It was wonderfully cool, and it's already hot. I had to turn the air on at 10 o'clock this morning. Thank goodness for full hookups. In fact, there it just kicked back on again. I think I've got it set for about 76 degrees in there. You can hear the sound. You hear the sound? Well, my mic's up here. Yeah, anyway. Air conditioning. Wonderful thing. All right, guys, I'm going to jump on the bike. I'm going to put you on the bike also. You're going to ride and see what I see. Right out the front here. We're off. We're pedaling. So this is what the campground looks like, everyone. We'll see people out walking, getting their exercise. A lot of great big rigs here and a lot of tiny rigs too. Good morning. So here's what it looks like. Lots of different loops here. We'll cut through this loop here. Look at this. I don't know if you can see that. There's a bed on the ground. How fun is that? Old school camping in a campground. Don't know if I'd really want to do that. Nice tab 320 right there. Good morning. That's the Outback edition. That's probably 1 year older than mine. Pulling it with a Tundra. Nice. I love it when I see tabs. So look at this view. Can you guys see what I'm seeing? The Catalina Mountains right in front of me here. Let's pick up some speed. So I don't know where this goes, but it's we're going beyond the campgrounds now. Here's a picnic area up ahead. There's supposed to be like literally hundreds of miles of bike trails at Catalina. I'm supposed to be able to ride all the way to Tucson without ever getting on a road, but staying on bike trails. Wouldn't that be fun? Now I'm going uphill here. Just for you seniors that are thinking about an e-bike, I'm pedaling uphill at 16 miles an hour. Speed limit 25, so I'm not breaking the law. I'm at 17 miles an hour now. I'm going to slow down here. I don't really like overtaking and passing people riding a conventional bike. All right, group areas are off to the left. And look how green it is. They've obviously had some rain a few weeks ago when it came through. That last of the monsoon burst. Finally got some rain. I wish I'd have been here because there's a big giant wash off to my right here. We'll take a look at it right now. Look at this wash. Let's see what this bike does. It takes you right to the edge of oblivion. Look at that wash. There we go. There I am. Now, let me see if I can show you the wash without putting the sun in your face. Look at that wash. Huge. So here's the end of the road here. This is interesting. So here's obviously not what I was looking for, the paved bike trails. These are not. Okay, these are all hiking trails. I'm going to ride up here a little bit and see if it says don't do this. Oh, okay, there's a whole lot of trails here. Sutherland Trail, Canyon Loop Trail. We're going to need a map to know what those all are, but it doesn't say anything about bikes or no bikes, but clearly I see no bike tracks and nothing but footprints. Birding trail, nature trail, bridle trail. Is that if you're going to get married, you go on the bridle trail? and do you have to be a bride? I don't know. These are some of life's mysterious questions. Get out of here. There's nice little benches here in the shade to sit and watch birds. Here's a nature trail over here. No horses on this one. Luckily, I didn't bring my horse today. Motorized vehicles, including electric bicycles, are prohibited. Well, at least they made it clear. There's no ambiguity there. Electric bicycles prohibited, period, the end. Yeah, this is pretty interesting. What is this? I don't know where I'm going. I just see a building with a Coke machine. Parking lot. Look at this, picnic tables. Oh, it's a trail shop. We got snacks, hats, t-shirts. How fun is that? So you can come out here to hike and grab yourself a snack and a t-shirt and who knows what else they've got for sale in there. Very cool. All right, guys. Lots of trails. Yeah, if you really like to hike, come out here. You'd have to spend days. And there's some difficult trails that are like 10 miles long. So if you fancy yourself a super hiker, come on down. Okay, guys, I just kind of crossed the street, if you will. Another interesting thing, this particular spot is all the shopping that's right, 2 miles away from your campsite. And I'm gonna get over here and I'm gonna stop so I don't crash into other people. There we go. All right. Look at this. Now this is what I'm talking about. Nice, safe bike trail, no cars. And wow. Now this is what I'm looking for. A path out in the desert. Look at it. All right, gear up. Let's get some speed. Still going uphill, of course, but at 22 miles an hour. What a thrill. Yeah. 24 miles an hour. 26 miles an hour. 28 miles an hour. All right, what a way to go, huh? All right, that's enough excitement for me right now. Woo! Anyway, guys, this is part of the fun if you come out to Catalina State Park and you like to ride bikes. Apparently these paths, like I mentioned, will take you all the way to Tucson. I mean, they're just everywhere. That was wonderful. Yeah. All right, here we are. I don't know where we are, but here's Vistos Vistas. The Vistos Vistas. If you want to buy a fun house right in there. I'm on East Rancho I can't even pronounce the names of these streets. I could never live here. People go, where do you live? I don't know. What's the name of your street? I don't know. East Rancho something. So there's the Santa Catalina Mountains. And we're just going to turn around and go back the way we came. If I try to go a different route, I might end up, I don't know where. Yeah, thanks for... Okay, kids. It's all downhill from here. Hopefully I don't have to test out the brakes too much. I'm not pedaling, obviously. And we're already up to 17, 18, 19, 23 miles an hour. Just rolling. Yeah, this is pretty fun. Yeah, this bike has so many nice features that I forget to take advantage of. I didn't reset the trip distance, so I don't know how far I've gone, which means the trip time is also off. I don't know how long I've been riding. Got to remember to do that every time. Here's our tunnel. Look how fun this is. I better duck. Woo! Woo, woo! Yeah. Ooh, we've got an armada here with some tables, picnic tables. You can stop, relax, have a drink. Ooh, and a bridge. Look at that youngster flying by. Nice. Wow, I'll bet this is exciting when there's water running. This is huge. Yeah, look at this. This trail system is just outstanding. All right, let's go this way, as the arrow suggests. All right, thanks for coming with me, you guys. This is a little detour that I didn't expect to take. And look, there's a path that goes down to these condos here. Yeah, they've really done a good job with this. All communities should do this. Give bikers and hikers and runners just miles and miles and miles of their own personal path. No traffic. You're not getting hit by a car over here. All right, this goes on forever. Let's turn around. Yeah, it's already afternoon. I've been out for a couple of hours. Okay. I'm turning around. That was a nice smooth takeoff. I wish they could all be like that. See all these little entry points to the bike trail? It's really interesting. All behind these businesses, they really figured this out nicely. Nice. Home sweet home, huh? Wow. All right, everyone. Yeah, I made it back alive. Great bike ride. That was over 2 hours. I've got 100 miles on this little bike already. 100 miles. And more to come. All right, I got other stuff to do. Thanks for coming with me. We'll see what else. So, what other trouble I can get into here at Catalina State Park. Well, as you can see, there's no end to the choices of which way to go, how much ground you want to cover. I think one of the trails is almost 10 miles long, and they recommend you give yourself 4 hours in and 4 hours out, so there's a whole day's worth of walking. I think there might be a big elevation change too. So obviously bring lots of water, be prepared. Let's see what we can find. I wanted to get a little altitude here. Ah, this is so nice. They put a bench here with a nice view. That's the wash we crossed right down there. Let's take a look at the wash before I sit. Once I sit down, I might not get back up for a while. But beautiful scenery. Really a wonderful state park. I see where the appeal is. So many acres of beautiful trails. And you can do absolutely nothing here, which is what I like to do. In fact, I wish I could stay one more day, because I'm tired. I don't want to do anything. I don't even want to be doing this. But I'm leaving tomorrow. So it's now or never. Yeah, whoops. There we go. There I am. All right, I'm going to rest. I'll show you some more beautiful stuff in a minute. Here's a very cool cactus, huh? I think this was obviously severely damaged in the fire that happened 5 years ago, but it's coming back in a big way. Yeah, all of this area was burned. So really it looks remarkable. If you didn't know for a fact there was a fire here, you might kind of forget. You might just think that's the way the tree looks. An awful lot of green. 5 years is a good amount of time, right? Nature bounces back. Ooh, beautiful. Look at these purple poppies. Is that what these are? I don't know. These guys have got the purple going on. Hope my camera captures that correctly, huh? Look at that. Beautiful though, it's beautiful. Very sandy and interesting here. I mean, it's like I'm walking in a riverbed, but I don't think so. Yeah, it's coming up on 3 in the afternoon. I want to shower and figure out food. And then I've got to think about, packing up tomorrow morning and getting out of here. And I've got to figure out where I'm going to go. I don't want to wait till I'm behind the wheel and start thinking about where I'm going. Everybody likes to see what the bathrooms and what the shower house looks like. So let me get in there and give you a peek. We got this beautiful building here. Here's our shower house. We've got a Coke machine should you want to indulge. There's a give a book, get a book, here's our library. I like these, they're kind of fun. All right, so we're not going in the ladies' room. Obviously, campground rules, you can freeze that. if you want to take a look at them. And they close them from 12 to 1 for cleaning, so good time to shower right after 1 o'clock, huh? But let's go on in. If you're worried about it, I did walk in before I did this so I wouldn't surprise anybody and get punched in the nose. But it's very clean. Look at this. We've got 3 sinks. We've got mirrors here. We've got soap. We've got a paper towel dispenser. So nice. But look how clean this bathroom is. One of these, one of the urinals, and then we've got 1, 2, 3 toilets and a handicapped one, or bonus room with lots of room. I like these. And we got 3 showers, guys. 3 showers that are extremely clean. And look, don't take my word for it. Look at that nice shower head up here. Plenty of room. A nice mirror. And this area way back here where you can put your stuff and it won't get wet. Here's another one right here. We're not going to go in just because it's closed. Looks just like it. I like these 2 mirrors here. One is a little higher than the other, which is nice. Usually they're either too high or too low. And I've got another shower here. So 3 showers total, shaped a little bit differently, but basically the same thing. Nice, big, roomy shower, hot water, and bottom line, extremely clean. All right, there you go, guys. Shower house in Loop B, Catalina State Park. Just a beautiful facility here. Yeah, checkout time. Everybody's favorite task. Time to dump the tanks. And we just hook it up there. And oh, it smells great. Goes right in the ground there. It disappears. Sure, it turns into motor oil. Okay. Black tank dumped. Valve back in. If you have a new tab, it's got a cassette. Your black tank is separate. Now we dump the gray, and that rinses out my stinky slinky, right? Because that's just shower water and dish water. All right, that's how that works. For those of you curious about the process, that's it. I'll rinse out the hose, put it away, then I'll be on my way. All right, we've successfully dumped the tanks. That's a stinky situation, huh? But that's all gone now. People ask me about the cassette toilet. Do I wish I had a cassette toilet? Wouldn't that be easier to dump that cassette toilet because you can just dump it in a toilet, in a pit toilet? Yes and no. I've never had one, so I can't really compare. I am glad that I've got this tank set up here. My black tank is only 8 gallons, but the cassette is really 4.5 gallons. And since you never want to, start using one of those black tanks when it's completely empty, because you know what will stick all over the inside and won't come out, you have to put some liquid in there, usually about 20%, so you lose some volume. Anyway, point being, I like having the 8 gallons. It lasts longer. And I've got to dump the gray tank anyway, right? So the only advantage would be that your stinky slinky maybe isn't so stinky. But that's, to me, that's minor. That's minor. You're already getting, you've already got the thing out there. You're already dumping. So I like that I've got the old-fashioned tank situation. Some toilets that I've seen, especially the pit toilets, they don't want you dumping cassettes in there. They consider that a blue boy, and they don't want that dumped in there. So consider that. You might be in a spot where now you have to dump it more often because it's small, and the close, convenient spot doesn't want you dumping there. So what do? Tiptoe in there at midnight? There's ways, I suppose, but and people that have cassettes love cassettes, so I don't want to put cassettes down. I've never tried one. I don't know. Also, I know a 5-gallon jug of water is really heavy for me, so when I think of trying to drag around a 5-gallon jug of pee-pee and poo-poo, that doesn't sound fun to me at all. What if it's spilled, I don't know. So there you go. Let's change the subject real quick. Catalina State Park, beautiful park. It really is. Now this is, some people have said, people that's try them all. They've been to all the parks, but this is their favorite park in all of Arizona, State Park. It's wonderful. I wouldn't go that far, but I haven't been to all of them, so I'll have to stay tuned. There's advantages here. If you like shopping, being 1.5 miles away, there's an In-N-Out Burger 1.3 miles from my campsite. I had In-N-Out Burger. So there's a lot of conveniences. You've got restaurants, you've got shopping, you've got all that amenities really close. So the city is in full bloom on one side of the state park. And then on the back side of the state park, of course, is the Santa Catalina Mountains right here. So when you stay here, this is your backyard. Of course, the sun's in the camera because that's all we do. But there's your hiking right there. Your biking, your equestrian trails for your horses. And then there are paved trails, probably hundreds of miles that go all into the city. Yeah, I did a lot of riding, 2.5 hours worth of riding. I had a wonderful time, broke a good sweat, and passed, at least 100 people on bikes. It's very popular here. So these are all wonderful activities, and I had a good time because I was tired, just relaxing for part of this time. So I could have done many more things. My hiking was probably all of a mile, I did it later in the afternoon, big mistake. It's still too warm here for me also. When it's still up at 91 degrees, to me, that's still too warm. So if I come back here in the future, I'm not coming back till end of November through maybe March, and that's it. I will, even though you can plug in, I had air conditioning, that's great. I don't want to come here and then sit in my camper in the air-conditioned comfort the whole time. I can do that in a hotel room or at home. So if it's over 90, all I'm doing is seeking shade, and a lot of physical activity gets difficult for me. I'm old, so those are my only objections. I came here a little too early in the season. I should have waited 2 more weeks, and then it would be a perfect review. But if you get a chance, check out Catalina State Park. Like I said, a lot of biking, a lot of hiking, a lot of shopping and restaurants. You don't ever have to pull out your grill. I didn't. So there you go, guys. Hopefully you got something out of this. But thanks for coming. Get outside, get some vitamin D if you can, get some exercise, fresh air, and come back and see me again on the next episode of My Shoebox Adventures. God bless you guys. Bye-bye for now.